Hi there YouTube, this is the Magnus, bringing you another Total War Warhammer online ladder battle. If you didn't notice from the intro, the last video or two, we got invited to the Curse Gaming Network, so we joined up with that, so that's pretty cool. We haven't even been here 2 months, so pretty fired up about that. In today's battle, my opponent chose the Greenskins, and I decided I wanted the challenge, so I was going to bring the Warriors of Chaos. I put together this composition. It's got the Chaos Lord and the Exalted Hero both in the air. It's got a Fire Sorcerer, Chaos Marauder. We're going to pause it here. We've got 4 of the Forsaken, 3 Chaos Warriors with great weapons, 2 Chaos Warriors with halberds, and we lay it out such, a simple front line with my anti-armor guys in the center, because usually I find that's where people like to hide their black orcs. And I put the Chaos Marauders out front as a meat shield in case he has any missiles or just eat charges, and I held the halberds back so I can guide them specifically towards cavalry. Let's take a look at what my opponent did. He's got a Goblin Wolf Rider hidden over here on the side. Well, not hidden, but deployed in Vanguard on the side there. Hidden is his Night Goblin Shaman that he has out here. He's got 2 of the Orc Boar Boy Biggins. He's got 1 Night Goblin Archer. Back here he has a second Night Goblin Shaman. I don't know why he'd want 2, but different for sure. Orc War Boss on his Piggy. With a couple of potions there. He's got a Goblin Big Boss. He also has 3 Black Orcs. Orc Biggins on each side, so 2 of those. And he's got a Giant in the back. So, interesting composition. I'd say a lot of normal stuff except for these 2 Night Goblin Shamans. So we'll see what he's doing with that. So let's go ahead and start it up. So I just start off right away pushing my infantry forward, and I'm also going to have the Chaos Sorcerer stick with the infantry here, and the Chaos Lord and the Exalted Hero are going to go up front and see if they can get any targets of opportunity. Now, this I'm ashamed to say, but I never looked at my mini-map, so I did not know this guy was here until he's on me. So definitely the mistake of the battle. So I'm up here just kind of probing, seeing if I'm going to get any opportunities. He does a pretty good job of keeping his men pretty tight together, and I find the Greenskins are really good at pinning down flyers. So I opt to wait until the engagement begins to get these guys involved. Now his cavalry comes in here into my Forsaken. They're going to do well on the charge, obviously. He pulls back. I swing in the Chaos Warriors and the halberd on this side. The rest of my infantry I have engaging into his infantry, and I just find out, oh, my Chaos Sorcerer is getting attacked here in a little bit. I realize when I see his health on his card, I'm like, uh-oh, and we'll try to correct that. So his Cavs running from me. I thought they were just going to cycle charge, but they're just running for now, and I figure that's fine. I'll just chase them. Now these guys turn, stop. It looks like he second-guessed himself, and I just almost get a hold of him there, and then I start to here a little bit as the Forsaken come in. Forsaken not the best for fighting Cav. They do really good damage, and these Orc Boar Boy Biggins are made for anti-large, so they get scared pretty quick. We're going to see the Flaming Sword of Ruin here, and on the other side I've casted the Cascading Fire Cloak. Now here's where I'm trying to get my Sorcerer out of this mess, so I pull him up and I use my 2 flyers, and it's going to quickly scare those guys off. So they're a non-issue at this point. Over here we've got Forsaken times 2 up against a Black Orc and his Biggins. So that I feel like that favors him. In the center, I'm a little light because he's got this Shaman in here. He's got his War Boss. Eventually the Goblin gets involved as well, the Giant, and he's got Black Orcs. So that's a pretty tough spot. So I use a lot of my spells here, but I notice him doing the same. So there's kind of a magic battle to see who can better support the center of the field. I get rid of one of his Shamans here with the Chaos Dragon. one of my favorite units that you have at Chaos, and I don't have many because they're not very good. He gets a nice rear charge on my Forsaken here, but at the same time you notice he's definitely having morale issues here with these little isolated pockets that are around the center of the battle. So I'm really focused on winning outside of the circle and then trying to pull more and more people in to help here in the center. So his Giant's got 44 kills and has barely lost any health, so that's doing a good job. But here I get a nice pinch on these guys. So they're squeezed in from both sides, and then from the flanks, the Chaos Lord, and I just popped his abilities and used those of the Fire Sorcerer. So this guy's going to hit like a truck right now. I mean, look at those stats: melee defense, leadership, weapon strength, all through the roof. More of his units are breaking. Some of my guys are chasing a little too far. Guard mode would have been helpful. I decided to use my Chaos Lord to stop his men from reforming, because you notice he's got several units over here that were fleeing and then they come back and stuff like that, so I decided I'm going to pick on them with him. The blob in the center here is still going on, but I mean, take a look at these Chaos Warriors with great weapons. They've got 231 health left before they retreat, so they definitely stuck in there a long time. He's going to bring in the remnants of his cav to try to turn things around. I bring in the Chaos Lord to attack his Orc War Boss, because I know if I can break him with how much trouble he's having with his leadership right now, that will definitely be a deciding factor. Chaos Sorcerer just keeps putting down Cascading Fire Cloak and the weapon buff as well, like every chance he gets. The Flaming Sword of Ruin, that is. And I use him a little bit to charge because he is on a horse, so doing that as well, just really trying to break things up. You're going to see his War Boss starts to flee here. So I have this Exalted Hero with like no health, so I'm like, hey, I should just stick him on the War Boss, right? Because as long as he's on him, he's not going to recover, and so it's a perfect use of a mobile and strong unit that has very little health left. So right now it's really about the Giant, and he's in a bad way right now, getting a lot of attention here, more than he wants. He brings in his Goblin Big Boss here finally in an effort to try to save the Giant and turn things in the center. But as you can see very quickly, the power bar is going in my favor, and he's just simply running out of men. Again, I use the Chaos Lord to chase units off. These guys that are reforming, you know, they get hit and they immediately turn around and run. So fear and terror plus a tough unit, and that gets us the win. The win, not wind. What am I talking about? So, yeah, we won against the Greenskins with Chaos, which is always an accomplishment in itself. Let's take a look at what did what. The Chaos Lord, I did use his potion, but he ends with just about full health, 56 kills, and had done a lot of damage to big units as well. So he really was the star of the show, second only to this unit of Forsaken that got 126 kills. So those guys had a field day out there. The Chaos Warriors, 2 of them did very well, 1 of them did not. And the Halberds did their job as far as chasing off the cav, but other than that, not a lot of kills, so not the best value out of them this time. His Orc War Boss did well. He has a Black Orc unit that did about the same as my Forsaken, and his cav was really underwhelming here. The Giant did well though, you know, he got some chevrons there and everything else. So good game to my opponent. I definitely think, you know, as far as what could he do to improve, the Night Goblin Shaman ×2 is unnecessary. I think 1's plenty, and then just bring another Goblin Big Boss instead. Other than that, I don't think it's a bad composition. What do you guys think? I'd probably like to see some Savage Orcs in there. But I understand bringing the biggins because you're going to expect Giants and stuff like that from the Warriors of Chaos. So, all in all, I don't think it's a bad composition. Just some work on his micro. He had some units, as you saw, that were late to be committed. Specifically, I'm thinking of the Goblin Big Boss. But anyways, it was a fun battle. If you enjoyed it, please like, please subscribe. Until the next time, this is the Magnus. Take care.